Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the Caffeine Sessions. Right now I'm in Mission, Texas, and I'm gonna check out Jitterz Coffee Bar. This is their second location here in Mission. This one's actually located on Bryan and Business 83. This is one of my favorite coffee shops in the RGV. Let me show you guys why.
Hey guys, Cheetoh here with Jitterz Coffee Roasters in Mission, Texas. We find ourselves today at our second location. We've just completed 2 years here at our Bryan location. It's within this building called the Seed Building, C-E-E-D. So today we'll be actually going through and making a couple of drinks. We'll be starting with the classic traditional cappuccino, which has a double shot of espresso with anywhere from about 3-4 ounces of milk. So today we actually have Colombia Mustafa on espresso. It comes from a family that farms in Colombia, called the Mustafa family, specifically farmer being Ana Mustafa. So shout out to La Reb, where we sourced this coffee from. Man, it's a beautiful, high quality Colombian that brings forth a lot of red apple sweetness, really big body. Very creamy. As we put it in the traditional cappuccino, the sweetness really comes out, and so that's super fun. The goal behind the milk on a cappuccino is to give it a little bit more of some, I guess you could say, foam up top. It's a great classic cappuccino where you can kind of taste the milk for what it is. One of our goals is always to access and roast the coffee for ultimate and maximum sweetness, which is something really hard to do. It's unreal how sweet the drink actually is, but here we go. It's legit stuff. So we're actually gonna make this pour over on ice. This actually is one of my favorite afternoon drinks. I usually have it around 2 or 3 when my body begins to kind of slow down. And today we're actually using Guji Maho, which is from Ethiopia. It's been one of my favorites to roast all summer, be it that it just has some wild flavors. And that's kind of what naturally processed coffees in Ethiopia are known for. That's what we look for as Gabe, our owner, buys coffee. He's our director of coffee and our owner as well. The filter I've wetted already, pre-wetted, and really what that does is it takes out a lot of the paper taste that's in that filter. So we got about 21.5 grams here, so we want to make it as flat as we can. Be it that you want an even extraction, so you want all that coffee to be underneath as you brew. So you don't want it to kind of be brewing at different times because you won't get everything in there. So as coffee is roasted, comes out of the roaster, a lot of CO2 that's built up, which is gases. And as you'll see, there's bubbling up top. You got some gases coming out. So really what I want to do is I want to kind of get a spoon, something small that'll kind of wet all my coffee and just get everything wet all at the same time. The goal here for what we brew and how we brew a pour over on ice is to allow all that ice underneath to completely melt. So as we pour it on ice in the glass, as you take it, as you sip it, it actually dilutes as you sip down. We're just gonna pour that over some ice cubes. I'm gonna get this topped off with a little bit of ice by Carlito. Dang. Here, Carlo, pass me that. One of the things we like to do too is you can kind of shake that up. Sometimes this opens up a little bit of the aromas you like to smell, or sometimes it opens up a little bit on palate, but it actually makes it get like the head of a beer, so check it out. Pretty cool. Yeah, and so sometimes this head right up above is actually, it's actually kind of sweet. It's almost like the foam you get out of a nitro cold brew or anything nitro, Guinness, whatever you want to call it. But it's actually very good. So as you sip it, gives it a different effect. So something you can try. You can brew it clean, put it over ice cubes on the rocks, or you can kind of shake it, shaking that stirred, right? And pour it over ice. So that's actually this coffee, again, Ethiopia Guji Maho, if you want to come get it. We don't have a ton of it left, so get your hands on it. We also have another coffee called Ethiopia Behatu Hibicho, and it comes from us from Royal Coffee. And so this brings to us a lot of clean notes. So you have a lot of peach, you have a lot of apricot, you have a lot of natural sweetness going on. So we're ending off with this drink. It's an ice drink. Caffeine Sessions is actually a great tea. Again, it comes to us from Spirit Tea, which is a phenomenal company out of Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. Really good company, a lot of support, a lot of knowledge at Spirit Tea. So shout out again to Spirit Tea, and shout out to our direct guy, Daniel Mendoza. Has a lot of notes of kind of like honeydew. Green tea is unique. It almost carries like a note of edamame too. I'm a fan of edamame, especially when I go eat sushi. And as we brew it, we're actually gonna do it on ice again, as I said. And a lot of our teas, most of our teas are shaken, so it kind of gives it this nice little foam up top. Man, it's nice and clean.